And then growing up as a kid, I was a very crazy kid, so I had to say, I'm DeLoco.
It's a pretty good concept, man.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, makes sense. But guys, welcome back to DeLoco Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Guys, please do not forget that you can listen to DeLoco Podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio Podcast now as well. And también, si quieres ver un Papi Chulo, vete a la YouTubes, por favor. This is episode number 29, número 29. Today we have a very special guest. Today is the very first time that we meet, but we've been texting back and forth. We met literally through La Cuñada, Hideco, and his wife. So please welcome Mr. Roberto Campos.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Of course,
it's
man.
Really nice setup. I already told you it's really impressive what you have going on here.
Thank you.
I was able to listen some of the episodes you had before, and it's really entertaining. I love your style.
Thank you.
I love that you embrace that thing that makes San Antonio so special, which is the Tex-Mex culture. That Spanglish is pretty strong, and you do not shy away from that, and I actually love that. So
I appreciate that. I mean, I tell everybody, the 90% of San Antonio, puro Mexicanitos, puro Latinos. I mean, and we grew up the same way. Half of San Antonio grew up the same way. So everybody can relate to me, and I can relate to everybody that's out there in San Antonio. So whenever, I found out that you wanted to do something, I said, all right, cool, let's do it. I'm all about that. My thing here is I tell people so many times, and I'm going to keep on saying it till the day I die, is that what I hate, and I know I've mentioned it to you, what I hate the most is when we're supposed to be united together, Latinos, and instead you have some that are beating each other down, like, nah, I'm not going to help him because I want to grow and I don't want to see him grow. And that's not the way it works.
I completely agree, man. I think, and I think it's part of the Mexican culture as well, and the Latino culture, that the sun rises for everyone. And I think once you embrace that, and you realize that God can provide for anyone at the same time, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to, you should be fine. You should be able to feed your family. You should be able to be happy and all that. So what you're doing is really good, man. I think it's helping a lot of people to bring light to a lot of people and communities that are not usually on the spotlight, which is the Latino brown community. Yeah. And you're now giving them a voice, and I really appreciate that. I really admire that. So.
Yeah, shout out to todos los brownies, por favor. Todos los brownies, todos los brownies. I'm here representing todos los brownies. And before we continue, I'll make it official that you're here today, so it's going to be a little thing I do with everybody.
Estás escuchando DeLoco Podcast.
There you go, man.
Yes, sir.
You got some good.
Hey, right? I got that good taste. You know what I mean? I got that good taste. It could be because I'm a musician too.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
What do you play?
Play drums.
What?
Drums and keyboard.
Huh.
So, salsa, merengue.
For real?
But bro, I love all that stuff.
So how long have you been playing for?
So I started playing drums probably when I was like 15 or 16. 15 or 16.
Huh. So you've been playing for like 14 years, 15 years?
Yeah. So I started off with percussion. Congas, timbales, all that.
So when did you realize that you liked music and then music was your thing?
So, again, I grew up in the church. I think the moment that I kind of knew that I liked music was when I started to see because I didn't know, right? I didn't know at the time there was there's a Christians artist and then there's other artists, The first time I fell in love with music was when we were at the Pulga and I heard Lowrider for the very first time.
What?
The very first time I heard that cowbell, I heard the timbales going on. I was like, man, I like this. It's like real Latino to vibe. I love it. Our place was the Poti Flea Market.
Huh.
That place gets lit on Saturdays and Sundays.
You know what? That's what I keep on hearing, man. I keep on hearing these stories, and I know we've talked about TikTok before, and I don't know why I got into this loophole and rabbit hole of people going to La Pulga in Potit, the Potit Pulga here. Potit. And they get lit, man. Like,
Bro.
you almost went to go there and...
It's like a little, you want to say little fellowship hall for todos los brownies. Tiene carnita asada, they got carnitas. They got everything for you there. Aguas frescas. Hey, while you're here, necesitas chones, mijo. You don't have to go to Target. You can buy them right here. ¿Cuánto? $5, $5. $1 a piece. $1 a piece. So it's cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
They have a really good, a bunch of stuff there. And most of our people is there, man. I mean, I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
I was born and raised there. So whenever I go to the times I've been to La Pulga, it's like, okay, it's like going to another mercado, tianguis
mercado,
back home.
Pretty much.
So it's pretty much like a refreshing experience going there and seeing that people are going there, like selling their used tools and all that. So
What part of Mexico are you from?
I'm from Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Was born and raised there. Was born in 1993, and I've spent there my whole life, man. I moved here 2015, December 2015.
Really?
So not very long ago.
Wow.
To me, it feels way longer, but
but it's
not. Yeah. So I moved here 2015, and we moved because the security issues that we were experiencing in Mexico City. We had some like really bad experience over there, and my dad eventually told us like, listen, you guys can choose to my brothers and I to stay here, and you can be probably subject to what we're experiencing right now in 10 years or 15 years with your kids, or you can try and look somewhere else. So we decided to move here, and to be honest, San Antonio has been so great to me and my family. I now call San Antonio my home, and I know there is a lot of people that complain about the city, but I think it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Culture-wise, it just, I love it. I really love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't change. I mean, I know so many people are like, man, would you want to live here or want to live there? I'm like, nope. Yeah, this is my place. This is my home.
And when you go visit, for example, Austin is such a cool city. Houston as well, but it's just so different.
Yeah, it's way different.
People, the culture, the food.
It's crazy because when you come back, you feel like, oh, okay. You see someone on the street, ay, primo. It's like, who? Ay, perdón, sorry. You know, it's not really, you know what I mean? You feel like it's family oriented here in San Antonio.
Yeah, it is, man.
You go somewhere else, you're like, that's been, you know, you're scared because you're like, I don't know who that, man, it's different over here. Yeah. And you feel out of place.
Yeah. And the food here is fantastic as well.
Yeah, big time.
It's very different. I'm going to tell you something. When we moved here, we had a really difficult time trying to get Mexican food, or what we thought about Mexican food, because for us, Mexican food is food from Mexico. But here, the Mexican food concept is more like Tex-Mex.
Yeah, Tex-Mex.
So going to like a taqueria and things like that. So we struggled for a little while until we find this great place, my favorite place in town, called Guajillos. I don't know if you ever tried that.
I've never tried that place.
410 and Blanco.
Really?
Promise you. Best asado de puerco en chile pasilla, best albóndigas, tortas de chilaquiles. My mouth is watering right now,
tengo hambre.
It's really, really good.
Hey, it sounds good.
And it's like the authentic Mexico City food. Have you ever been to Mexico City?
I've never been to Mexico City, but we used to always go to Monterrey.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay.
So, but we used to go to Monterrey all the time. Only because, you know, I don't want to put my parents on blast right now, you know. But they used to sell, you know how they used to sell like at those, like in Las Canitas, they used to sell like those floral sets. They used to sell those Oakley glasses and the boxes. We would go over there, go visit family, go buy that stuff, come back. And then my dad on Saturdays would have a little, you know, garage sale. And ahí están los Oakleys, ahí están los floral sets, ahí están los necklaces and stuff. So we had a reason to go over there. Okay. You know, but man, it's been years since we've gone to Monterrey. I have my tia who lives in Monterrey, but it's been a long time since we've been over there.
So is your family from that area of Mexico?
So my abuelito had his brother, right, Josh, that lived in Monterrey. That was Tia Leti's husband, right? So he lived there. My abuelita's from Nuevo Laredo.
Okay.
That's where she's from.
Okay.
So, but the majority of our, if you want to say from my abuelito's side, they live in Monterrey.
Okay.
That's where they live.
It's pretty cool.
So it's super cool. I mean, haven't been in years.
Yeah.
Me and my wife are planning to go. We want to go.
Yeah.
Go visit my tia over there in her house because she's came over here many times already. But we want to go over there.
Yeah, Monterrey is like a great city. I think it's when you think about a big city in Mexico, you think about Mexico City number one. You can think probably second place Monterrey, and then the third one Guadalajara. Fantastic cities, man. I think they have great food. Again, I'm a big fan of food, but it's just great.
That's cool.
It's really affordable. Yeah.
So for those of you kind of confused, is like, okay, well, who's this Mexicanito that you got here, bro? You know, you're gonna find out right now. So you can explain like how you started your business.
Yeah.
You know, the story that you just said right now that's super cool.
Yeah.
You came 2015. You're married. You have a daughter, correct?
I have a 1-year-old baby, and I have a 1 month and 2 week old daughter. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Congrats.
Thank you.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 siblings. I'm 30, then Julio is 28, and then Fernando is 26, I think.
Okay, perfect. We're almost alike. You just missed one brother.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm glad I didn't have anything else because I was pretty beat up when I was growing up. But so I got here 2016, and I think we had no papers. We just had like a tourist visa, and we found ourselves into this like very struggling situation of course, the experience was very different from other people that got here and had no papers, really struggled because we got here and we were in a very comfortable position. We lived with some family members, so we had someone that was actually welcoming us. But that didn't fell apart from the immigrant experience of like, I don't have any documents.
Okay.
And I can go back to Mexico because I'm afraid of going back. So now the real issue arose, which was how can we stay here? And then it was my mom and my 2 brothers because my dad stayed back home. And then we get into this issue of trying to find who was a good attorney and who was able to actually communicate with my mom because my mom didn't speak any English.
Nada.
She doesn't speak English. Like,
to this day?
Yeah, to this day.
Nothing.
Yeah,
No shut up, no
man,
please, nothing.
She sometimes throws up FU here and there. She doesn't even know what is that, but she tries. But it was really challenging, and to me, it was really heartbroken that at 22, my mom was trying to communicate, and she was really frustrated with that because she wanted us to be safe. So we just stayed here. We tried to like play it cool, and I was trying to do a bunch of different things to stay here. But my real passion was, so I went to law school in Mexico. And right, I'm an attorney in Mexico. Right when I graduated in December 2015, that's when I needed to leave. So I was able to get my license there. And then I always had in mind to, like, what would it be to, like, go to law school in the U.S.? And, you know, like, when you're trying to do something different, you're going to have people always telling you how hard it is.
Oh, yeah.
And how difficult it's going to be for you and how they never thought or they never heard of that happening. And I experienced that as well. But I finally, like, got the courage to, like, research and actually get myself into getting into law school. And I finally got into law school. By then, I started dating my wife, my now wife, and she was such a great support system. I don't think if it wasn't for her, I couldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
So I think it was really challenging because when you're starting, it's hard, and I was still undocumented. Like, I had no papers to, like, stay here to properly look for a job. I didn't qualify for any loans, so it was pretty much what I had in my pocket and whatever my family was able to, like, help me with. I worked multiple jobs until I ended up getting a good job offer at RHC. RHC is a local nonprofit organization that helps unaccompanied minors mainly. They do immigration work mainly as well. My wife was working there at the time, and they offered me a job. And that's where my actual encounter with immigration law started. I worked for RHC for like a year and a half I was working at a detention center called the Carnes Residential Center. We were providing pro bono services to families detained there.
Oh, okay.
And that was a moment, I don't know if you remember this, but like 2018, there was this craziness happening about family separation at the border.
Yeah.
So we were able to attend that detention center, and they were reunifying families there. So it was heartbreaking to see the fathers meeting with their little kids, 2 years old, that were not able to recognize them. So that was like very, very traumatic and very difficult to like live through. But eventually my immigration attorney was Guillermo, who is now my partner, my law partner.
Really?
So he helped me getting my documents. And then when I finally passed the bar, because that's another thing, man.
Yeah.
I took the bar exam 3 times. Didn't pass the first one, didn't pass the second one. And then when I was almost ready to like give up, I took the bar, a third one, and I passed. And when I passed, Guillermo sent me a message and say like, hey dude, like we have an opening in this firm. Do you want to join? And I finally accepted, and I stayed working with him for like a year and 2 years almost. Mm-hmm. And then he and Pablo offered me to come over with them because they were trying to split from the firm they were at as an associate. And then I was cool with the idea, but eventually things changed and they offered me to come over as a partner. And so that's pretty much the story, man. Like, I think since then we have been very fortunate. Most of our clients followed us, and I still get to do what I love to do, which is help the people that I relate to. Because anytime I see a single mom, my mother is not a single mother, but I have a very soft spot for families that come here with just their kids.
Just their kids, yeah.
Or the mother or the dad, and it's really heartwarming to be able to help them. So we've been up and running it's going to be a year in May.
A year in May.
Uh-huh. So, but it's been really good, man.
That's cool.
We also do personal injury. Pablo Rivera is the attorney in charge of handling the personal injury.
He's in charge of that.
Yes.
He's in charge of the personally.
Yeah. So he takes care of that.
Yeah.
He's a great attorney. So we've been really fortunate.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I mean, there's not too many people or law firms that do what you're doing. I mean, there's some, but it's not like, out there. They have it there. They have it on the piece of paper, but way at the bottom, plus if you want to do this, they're really not about that, but that whole 2018 situation, that was pretty bad. It
was rough. And I think it's easier to do what I'm doing because first of all, I think it's the language barrier. It's really hard, right? It's hard. When you can overcome that as an adult in your 40s or 50s, which is most of our clients, it's just frustrating to try to save your life and try to save your livelihood or avoiding going back to a country where you're actually afraid of going back and not able to communicate that. So I think it helps a lot. And I think at the end of the day, I'm able to go back to my home and have a feeling of relief and a feeling of thinking that I made a difference in someone else's life.
Yeah. That's cool.
It is good, man.
Yeah. And then I know, so this is your hat. This is the one I got here. So which one's the personal one? ¿Cuál es?
So Pablo is the one on your very left. Gray bearded guy. Oh, okay. Yes, that's Pablo. And then Guillermo's right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the one in the right.
You're the one in the right.
Side. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Whoever designed it, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really good, man. To be honest, we got really surprised when we got a hold of the final work product.
Yeah.
Because I think, you're in charge of the design part of the podcast. So
yes,
I'm sure that it's very different when you're trying to process what you want and when you get the final product, which is sometimes mind blowing. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened with us.
Really?
We were not thinking that we were going to get something as cool as that. And when we got it, we completely embraced it and just build our branding based on that, and it's been really really interesting because like the marketing part, like the business part is really important.
That's cool. Yeah, because it is the marketing right now. Social media is like, you have to post, you have to put this, but it's not about how you put it or it's the way it looks.
Yes.
Like it's got to be very intriguing. Like it's got to get the person's eye. Like, hey man, what is that?
Yes.
LAWCHADORES, what is that? And they click.
Yes.
To be able to see, oh man, they do this, they do that. Yes. And it's like I said, when they sent me, when I saw the picture, I embraced it more because right now I just said, I love wrestling. So when I saw it, I said, what the heck? That's cool. That looks super cool. But if it was just me, there's maybe thousands of people that saw it too, and they're like, man, what is that? That's super cool. Is it a wrestling thing? Or it makes you like click it. Makes you click it, and it makes you intrigued about it.
Yes. And we knew that it's, for example, if we tried to get hats or towels or merch or medals, it was going to be a little harder for people to be basically sporting them in the street if it was just like a regular logo, instead of having something that is more like popular and more interesting and more like cartoony, if you want to put it that way. So it was really good, man. That's cool. It's really nice.
Yeah, I was actually, so I have a cartoon that's made right there, right?
I saw that, man.
And it was gonna be on the shirt. The first design was gonna be on the shirt, pero they were like, bro, don't do that, bro. You're gonna probably scare people. They're like, try to come up with something else. And I said, all right, cool. So I kind of like sat down. So the back of the shirt, is basically a design. So my brothers are like, bro, try to do something in the front, like put your slogan. So that is my slogan that I say every podcast to every guest, and I tell people, and they're like, bro, just try to come up with something. So the back of the shirt is basically a carniceria pack. So it's like the back of a meat, but when you go to like a carniceria, it's a different packaging compared to the ones on HEB.
Yes,
that's all it is. So I took the idea, I took a picture of it, and when I got home, I started doing things. I said, look, I can put this here, I can put that there, I can do this, I can do that.
That is actually crazy, man. I haven't got to look to like in detail to what was going on in the
That's
back.
why it says like the one of one. It's like one of one carne, and then it like right there in between that section. That's where it tells you like what's in there, how many pounds. It tells you all that stuff.
That is really cool, man. I really like it.
Yeah, that's the way I got.
Todo champurrado, tamales, mole, no pues todo.
No pues todo, bro. I mean, can't know, right? I mean, who's not gonna like any of that, bro?
I know, man.
And you know what I love? This is what I told people. Being Mexicano, man, I love it. Love being Hispanic. I love it. Because of our culture, the food especially, bro. The food. I mean, who, mira, I tell people, right, and they laugh, right? You're probably gonna laugh too, mira. Yo soy bien bendecido, bro, mira. Yeah. Soy bien guapo, bro. Y le hago comida, bro. Y no, bro. Es una package deal. Favor, ¿qué más quieres? No, hombre, bro, that's...
But you're right, man.
Bro, I mean,
you can be any more blessed.
Right? And bro, I really am blessed. Like right now, where I'm at right now. I mean, a couple of months ago or, 5, 6, 7 months ago, we were doing it at this coffee shop. I was blessed to, they opened the doors for me there. But I had to kind of take a little break and kind of reevaluate what I was doing, kind of reevaluate where I was going to go. And a lot of people were messaging me like, hey, what's going on? Like, you haven't posted nothing. I'm like, I'm taking a little break. I want to see what else I can do. I want to see, I need to reamp the actual podcast itself. So a lot of people already knew I would talk, a lot about God and put that in the podcast, and I said, what else can I do? Like, what else can I do to elevate the podcast? Like, I literally sat down for like 3-4 months. Just thinking, like writing down, trying to come up with different things. And this logo design, this was the actual first design that I had. And I just scrapped it. I said, I'm not going to do it. So the rose just represents my last name. Wow. Rosa. I actually wanted to do like a whole, like You know, like the De La Rosa candy.
Yeah,
I wanted to do that.
Uh-huh.
But I said, man, I don't want to do that either. You know, I don't want to do that either.
I mean, it's pretty cool, man. I really like it. You know what? It looks kind of like a tattoo. I don't know if that was the intention.
Yeah. Well, so I love Old English font.
Okay.
Like, I love it.
Okay.
And right now, it's like Old English is back. Like, that's what you see on shirts. That's what you see. So I said, okay, you know, and I did this like 2 years ago when I was thinking about doing the podcast.
That's pretty cool, man.
So I kind of had to change some things around and, you know,
tweak
make it
and
tweak
twist it. Yeah.
Like I said, my brothers are like my biggest
Critiques.
critics. They'll be like, nah, bro, take this off or flip this around.
Yes.
Or why don't you try to do this? Or I'm telling you, they'll send me screenshots and there's like arrows going over here. Put this over there. Try to put that over there. And I'll sit in there like, nah, bro, move it back. Or nah, bro, move it there.
Yeah.
The shirt, the same thing. Like, bro, no, move this over there. No, try to move this over here. Oh, no, that, okay, right there, cool. It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks really nice, man. I mean,
Cool.
again, like the final work product, it's really nice, man.
Yeah.
And I think whenever you have the final work product and you put all those hours and you see what you came up with, it's very inspiring and it's also very like fulfilling. You know?
It's fulfilling. And that's why I tell, you know, I just finished telling Bill Taylor, I was like super proud. He was like the first one that I gave the shirt to.
Yes.
And afterwards, he told me, "Man, Gilbert, you should be really proud of this.
Yes.
Like, don't be like, it's just a shirt. No, it's different for you." He goes, because people here, they send it to get it designed. He goes, but you designed it.
Yes.
And then this is your thing. He goes, so you should be a little bit more proud. Like, you should, you know, be proud of yourself.
So I have a question for you. So what was the final inspiration for you to put like the whole ideas in one place? Like, how did you came up with, what was your like thought process for that?
So basically what I was doing, so before I even started it, I was mentioning it to my wife, I was mentioning it to my brothers, and I had told them, look, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to do this because my biggest thing like was taking photos. Like, I love taking pictures, you know, but a lot of people that I've met before, because so before I used to do funny skits. That's what I used to do. That was my biggest thing. And people were like, bro, you know, go on YouTube. But I was like, I don't want to do that on YouTube. Like, everyone's doing it. I don't want to do that. And then I started to kind of get intrigued with Joe Rogan. He had his podcast.
Yes.
So I was like, man, you know, that's super cool. You know, he's being himself, you know, because you would see him on UFC. Yes. And then you see that side of him. You're like, man, this guy's a funny dude.
Yes,
like, he's a funny dude.
He is.
So I started following him, and I started following different podcasts. I just started picking, like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. But then also too, you know, I was kind of trying to go that route. My brothers are like, bro, just be you, just the Mexicano that you are, like Hispanic guy that you are, just be that guy. So I started to kind of look into Spanish podcasts. And there at my house, we always, even at my parents' house, my abuelita's house, Univision, Primer Impacto, all that stuff like that, you know. So I would like watch them and see like, okay, you know, this is how they do it. But at the end of the day, you know, I had all these notes written down and I said, no, I'm just going to be me. If I just be me, if I take the skit, if you want to say mentality to be funny, I can do the same thing over here. But my main goal was I wanted to include God in it. But, you know, people, man, it's a Christian podcast, you know, I don't want to listen to it, you know. Let's be honest, right? Everyone, man, I don't want to. So I said, okay, how can I be different, right? And I said, I'm not going to bombard people with like, you know, hey, the Lord says this, you know. I'm not going to do that. We don't have to do that. Just by me being me should represent who Christ is. And that was my biggest thing. So I said, okay, you know what? I can do it. But my main goal is for people to see that you walking with Christ and you being a Christian, you can still have fun.
Right.
But you can still have more fun when you're Mexicano. You're Mexicano. You can have a little bit more fun. On top of being you can have a little bit more fun. Like, your level went up like 3 or 4 notches. Went up just a bunch.
I completely agree, man. So you're from San Antonio, right?
Yes, I'm from here.
And which part of town did you grow up?
South side. I've always been part of the South side.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I always like to tell people, you know, when they're asked, like, where were you born? So I was born in Santa Rosa on the 6th floor at 6:30 a.m. They're like, no, from where? I'm like, from here. Where else? I mean, what am I going to tell you? Like, what story want me to give you? Well, I grew up here. I grew up on the South side.
Where did you go to law school? To high school?
I went to Southwest High School.
Okay.
Or better known as, well, we used to say it, right? Los Mexicanos used to say Los Dragones.
Okay.
Not the dragons, Los Dragones.
And I'm asking, man, because I realized that when I got here, high school, like one of the first questions that people ask when they met someone local from San Antonio, they ask, where do you go to high school?
Mm-hmm.
And I know my wife used to go to Harlandale, I believe.
Harlandale. Okay, so Harlandale here in San Antonio is like very big.
Yes.
Harlandale and McCullum High School.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I got into the whole, I don't know how to call it, man, but it's just so interesting how deep in the roots of San Antonio those two high schools are.
Oh yeah.
So she would tell me like, yeah, there is the high schools. Those two high schools are so big in the south side of San Antonio that if you go to the academy, you're gonna find the academy divided in two parts where they sell different jerseys.
Yep.
For the two different high schools.
Yeah.
And to me that was crazy, and I never believed that. And then once we went and I was like, okay, that's impressive. And then the second thing she told me was that there was this place, Applebee's.
Applebee's, yeah.
In the south side,
Yeah.
where they had the same thing going on.
Yeah.
And when I got there, I couldn't believe that a high school could actually have so much influence
yeah.
in the culture of a city.
Yeah. So they have a big rivalry game that they've had for so many years. Mm-hmm. And when it happens in October, it gets packed. Really packed. And it get like right now you're saying it takes over San Antonio. So if you go to the Walmart, mm-hmm. okay, you go to the Walmart on the south side, on Roosevelt, mm-hmm. they literally will rearrange the Walmart and sell Harlandale shirts and McCullum shirts.
That is crazy.
They will rearrange for that.
That is crazy.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, to me, that is crazy because, for example, in I'm speaking from my perspective as Mexican, and that's something that doesn't happen in Mexico. We don't have that much of a school spirit.
Okay.
If you want to call it that way, at least not when you're in high school.
Yeah.
But here it's crazy.
Yeah, here in San Antonio, it's football and soccer.
Okay.
Those are the two biggest things. Friday night football is like a big thing here in San Antonio.
Did you play? You used to play?
Hombre, estoy en chaparrito, bro, por favor. Mejor el water boy, pero hombre, por favor. No, hombre. I mean, I played soccer in middle school. I played football in middle school.
Okay.
Basketball. But once I got to high school, look, so when I went to high school, Southwest High School was not favored. So let me give it to you the way I give it to everybody. So in Southwest High School, I was the one little bean with all the white rice. If you want to put it that way. And these were some big boys. I'm talking big boys. So I'm like, man, I'm not going to do that. So that's when I got into band. Okay. I was in band already since I was in middle school. But I played the trumpet.
And so you play trumpet, you play drums, and you play keyboard.
Keyboard, yes. Yeah.
You play in church, I imagine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm one of the drummers for our church.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my law partner is also he's a very God-oriented person, and he goes to St. Luke's Church, and he plays the guitar there.
Really?
We never saw him playing, but we knew that he was gifted with that. He plays like pretty much every instrument, right? Like guitar, trumpet, and I don't know what else. So we went to Mexico a while ago, and there was like a mariachi band playing, and we had a few beers before, and suddenly he stood up and he started singing, and we were like, what?
Where's this coming from?
Yeah, so I think the music gift is also another thing that I think either you have it or you
don't.
Because man, I'll tell you, my mom tried to get me into guitar, keyboard,
really,
clases de canto, todo, man.
Really,
todo. Ask me, what did I learn?
Nada.
Nothing, man. Nothing.
Ah, no y papa, nada.
Yeah, no.
Wow. I mean, it's in my blood. I mean, my dad plays bass, and then my uncle plays keyboard, and he plays drums too.
Oh wow! Did he taught you how to?
No, I learned on my own. Yeah,
that's even more impressive, man.
Yeah, I learned on my own. Yeah, and like no one knows. Like my other brother Josh. He was a mariachi.
What? What did you play?
What was it? The The guitar. Yeah. Yeah, guitarrón. Yeah, nobody knows that, but he used to do that. And no one knows, too, for like half a semester, when I was in middle school, I played trumpet for mariachi, too.
What? Look at you, man.
It's because the teacher was super cool.
Okay.
And they needed a trumpet player. Huh. So he knew me because he knew my brother. He's like, hey, you know, if you want, if you can. I'm like, yeah. I love mariachi. Like, I love the music. It's different. Like,
so who's your favorite mariachi
artist? So there's no mariachi artist that could compare. You already know who.
Vicente Fernandez.
No one can compare to him.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Bro, nobody can. Nobody. Okay. That guy's voice is it's very unique.
Yes.
No one can top it. When you hear him, forget it.
I agree, man. I mean, I think there is many other great Mexican artists that could sing with mariachi.
Yeah.
Like Jose Alfredo Jimenez, all those guys. But I think Vicente has something that is part of the Mexican culture as well, man. Yes. A puro pulmón.
Bro.
I don't think there is
something else.
Any other artist that is on his level right now. Mm-mm. I think the good old ones are already like they pass away. Not Pepe Aguilar, Jose Antonio Aguilar, and all those like big guys that used to be on his level, but now he's gone, man.
That's it.
He's gone. That's sad.
It is sad, but hopefully somebody will just, it'll eventually happen because now that era is done with. So now this is a new era. So now we'll see who the next Vicente Fernandez is, if you want to say.
Hopefully, man.
If you want to say that. But.
Yeah.
So right now we're about to go to commercial break. And have you done your taxes or your bookkeeping?
Yes, sir.
You have? Yes. Because I was going to tell you to go ahead and go. So I actually did.
Okay.
And I went with JD Associates LLC. So guys, if you haven't done your taxes or your bookkeeping, go ahead and head on over to JD Associates LLC and get your taxes and your bookkeeping done. And then also, too, once you get your refund back, you can hit up my friends at Edwards Flooring to get some flooring done, some reconstruction done.
Okay.
To get your house looking fresh so it can look más bonita, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So, guys, we'll be right back with El Mr. Campos right after this short commercial break. What's up, San Antonio? Are you needing to get your taxes or your bookkeeping services done? Then head on over to JD Associates LLC, bookkeeping and tax services. Guys, you can find JD Associates LLC on Facebook, on Instagram, or you can give them a call at 210-816-0357, or you can head on over to JD Associates LLC with your abuelita and your 99 Chevy Impala que le está faltando un poquito de paint job, pero you're going to get your taxes, my friend. Head on over to 4702 West Avenue, number 8, San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78213. Now, once you do get your taxes and you get your refund back and you want to say, hey, you know what? I want to get some stuff done there in my house. Well, guess what? Let's get some flooring done on Edwards Flooring Services. Guys, you can find Edwards Flooring Services on Facebook, on Instagram. You can give them a call at 210-702-8297. Or you can head on over there again with your abuelita to 1246 South Hackberry Street, San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78210. Guys, please do not do your flooring with the guy who has got just one eye, or please, El Tío Panchito, no more. Go ahead and call Edwards Flooring Services and get your flooring done for your casita. Guys, Edwards Flooring Services, JD Associates LLC, official sponsors for DeLoco podcast.
So do you like some of the new music, like Mexican music, like Grupo Frontera and all those guys?
Look, bro, this Grupo Frontera, these guys are beasts, bro. I can't.
Okay, okay.
Look, mira. So, what's funny is ¿cómo se llama el Puyo? That's what he goes by, right? Puyo or whatever his name is, el cantante. He's not. I didn't know he wasn't the main guy.
What?
He's not the main dude. The bass player is.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. You see, that's the same reaction I had the other day.
But that's super uncommon in the music industry.
That he's not the main dude.
Wow.
So the bass player. I think it's a bass player. Yeah, it's a bass player. He didn't know how to sing. So that guy knows how to sing. So you're gonna sing,
And he can sing, man.
bro.
He can sing.
Pesado guy, dude.
No, man. Like those last two songs, I think it was with Karin Leon and who was the other
Di que
guy?
sí, no vuelvas, and then
Yes. No se va.
bro, no se va, bro. No se van los tacos, bro. No se van estos, no, hombre, no se me van los pounds, no, hombre. No se me va nada. No, hombre, no, dude, they're blowing up right now like crazy.
Does your wife like that music?
So she likes that kind of music, you know, but I don't even know, like, not too much. I mean, not really. I mean, not too much.
And I always ask because I'm trying to, I always try to prove a theory, which is, I don't know why most of my friends or wives do not like the music we listen to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I like the beats. I like all that. Like I said, it's because I'm just a musician and I love it, like
Yeah.
the way it sounds. Like
Yes.
country's okay, you know. I'm not
Yeah.
really too much of a big fan. I'll listen to it, you know, whatever the case is, you know. Then we have like like Christian artists. You have Maverick City.
Yes.
I like rappers.
Okay.
Christian rappers, Spanish, lo que sea. You know, I just don't listen to, you know, los conejos malos. You know, hombre por favor, hombre por favor.
I mean, to me, what really gets me from Mexican music is the lyrics.
Oh yeah, the
I
lyrics.
just feel like the lyrics in every single song that is getting trendy now recently is amazing. Like all of those Grupo Frontera
Oh, yeah.
songs.
And you know what's crazy is to see, like we said earlier, like non-Mexicanos that are like singing these songs and like dancing to it. It's like, what? That's crazy.
That is true, man.
That's crazy.
And I think it was a while since the South Texas population experienced this. I think, at least my perspective, and you can tell me if I'm incorrect, because of course I wasn't living here then.
Yeah.
But I think Intocable did something very special.
Yeah, my brother did some stuff with Intocable.
Did you?
He used to help with their lighting and stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Bro, here in San Antonio, Intocable was like, wow.
I mean, Intocables are. I feel like they're a
But they're
legend,
still
like all over.
Yeah, they're all over the place. But like here in San Antonio, man, packed house in AT&T Center.
What?
Packed house.
So how did you like working with them? Good guys.
Bro, he used to work for this company, and he would have to go to these concerts and do that. So he met all these dudes.
Wow.
Yeah, he'd meet all these dudes.
Because I think everything that Intocable still does, music-wise, lyric-wise, they're really good at picking their songs. It goes viral.
Yeah.
And I think the voice, Ricky Muñoz. No, Ricky Muñiz or Muñoz?
We'll just call him Muñiz if you want to say.
Muñiz? Okay, because
He's
I think he
Muñiz.
gets a little grumpy.
Yeah, he gets a little grumpy when you call him Muñoz.
Yes. He's just like a gifted individual as well.
Oh, yeah.
The way he sings, the way he like interprets the actual song is just amazing.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those guys, man.
But it's crazy to me, though, right now that the Mexican culture is, like, blowing up.
Overtaking?
Like, overtaking. Like, everything.
I think we Latinos are very trendy.
Yeah. We are. I mean, and I don't say that very lightly because, you know, you have people that are, like I said, they're singing these songs. They're copying other things. Like, I don't know if you've seen the video on TikTok. So it's, I forget what that song's called, but my brother sent me the video. So do you follow Jay Valentino on TikTok?
I don't think so.
Dude, he's a funny dude.
Okay.
Funny dude. And he did a song, like an old Mexican song, and it's like a real like techno kind of song.
Okay.
He did it at a pulga, like just like lip syncing.
They got crazy.
Bro, you should have seen how they were getting.
For real.
Oh my God. They were like, some people were looking at them weird, and then you had other people like, yeah, like dancing to it.
So now that you're talking about TikTok, I saw
Luis Miguel, right? Luis Miguel.
Luis Miguel
It was a Luis Miguel song.
So how do you feel about Luis Miguel, the Luis Miguel music?
Mira, he's he's
careful with your words.
no. He's a beast. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
He knows.
Yeah.
He's very like. He knows.
Yeah.
We're gonna add this. We're gonna add. So the way I see Luis Miguel in the Spanish, Luis Miguel is like knowledgeable person, Michael Jackson. Because Luis Miguel will tell you, like, have you seen clips of him when he's getting prepared for a concert? He'll just be prepared. No, ahí no. Espérate. Lo tienes que sentir. And,
Yes.
bro, it's crazy.
Yes.
Like, he's there and he's, whoa, para.
Yes.
He'll tell the drummer, no, don't do a fill there.
Yes.
Don't do that. Because then you're taking away from, bro.
Yeah.
He knows, bro.
In Mexico, Luis Miguel is another character that is part of the Mexican culture. Even though he wasn't really born in Mexico, he was born in Puerto Rico. I think he feels Mexican,
yeah,
right?
He feels Mexican.
That's completely fine. So you grow up listening to Luis Miguel, but you also do not really understand the guy because he's very like private with his life and he's not very charismatic. So I don't know if you ever saw this Netflix show about Luis Miguel. Bro, when we saw that show, my wife and I,
really,
we just fell in love with the guy. We understood everything he was. And I think also the lyrics he used or they chose for the show were amazing. If you haven't, I promise you.
And I want to watch it because I've seen it so many times when I'm there on Netflix and it passes.
Gilbert, episode 1 to 3.
Really?
If you don't get hooked, you call me. Because I promise you it was amazing. Just especially you that you're a musician and your brothers as well.
Yeah.
Like the music part of the show is just amazing. Like the lyrics, how they produce it, how he came up with the idea and all that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that dude's he's on another level.
Yeah.
If you want to put it that way. He is on another level.
He is for sure.
Oh my God. Yeah, so right now we're trending worldwide. O como dice el pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. El Mr. Worldwide.
But it's good, man, because I think we Latinos now have a platform that was not as common before. To be honest, I can imagine or I can remember a time where Latino artists or personalities were as famous and as popular as they are right now.
Yeah.
All over the place, across the board, social media, movies.
Movies, everything. Because now you have Mexican soap opera people that are going into Netflix. And it's like, hey, that's the guy that I saw on the novela over here. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even in sports, like you have one of the best boxers. I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy going into if he's really one of the best ones in the world, El Canelo.
Oh, Canelo, baby.
He's good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Call it the way you want, but he's made it.
Bro, he's there. That's it.
He's done.
That's my güero. El güero, fregadero.
But he's good, man.
Bro, he's good. Super good.
I don't know if you're into like Formula 1 racing and all that. There is also this Mexican driver, Checo Perez.
Really?
He just won on Sunday a big race in Arabia, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's very significant because, first of all, I think he's the only Latino driver.
Really?
He's driving for Red Bull Racing. It's one of the most important teams there, and just winning in an industry like that, it's very important. So Latinos, man,
coming up, baby, coming up.
We're really coming up.
Nomás falta el DeLoco, ya sabes. Es más lo que falta, bro. El DeLoco es la cremita que le falta en el taco. Ya traes todo, ya traes la carnita, ya traes el aguacate, ya traes todo. Nomás le falta la cremita. El DeLoco.
The next Joe Rogan, man.
Ahí está. That's it. Bro, I'm super, like I'll tell you, every day I'm super blessed and super honored to see how many people are listening, how many people are following me on Instagram, how many people, I have subscribers right now on YouTube. So speaking of which, all my brownies, por favor, me falta como unos 500 para llegar a 1000 subscribers, por favor. Yes. Sígueme, por favor, no seas malo, hombre. Te invito a la próxima carnita asada, por favor. If that's a bribe, if you want to go that route. No, man. But yeah, right now, it's super cool to see how, especially Latinos, Mexicanos, Hispanos here in San Antonio are growing, blossoming. So if you could tell the people, what can they expect? They go to your office, they give you a call, how they can contact you. You take it away, bro. You do you. Ahorita
Of course.
Suéltalo.
So, I mean, the first contact you're going to get when you get to the office, even if you're walking there, is you're going to have a Latina greeting you. Our receptionist, Lorena, she's great.
Lorena.
She, I think this is something that I enjoy bragging about because I think 99% or 95% of our team is immigrant. They both went through like the immigrant experience, the immigrant process. Most of them came from Mexico. They did it all. Like they know what to expect. They know they can actually be empathetic to the people when they say like, hey, I haven't got this document. What can I expect? Things like that. So I think the first thing that they're going to find in our office is the sense of empathy. You're gonna be treated right. You're gonna be treated like family, and we're very proud to do that. They can always give us a call, 210-922-8541. That's our phone number. We also get a good number of messages, emails. They can follow us on our social media, RHC Lawfirm Campos. So they can always send us a message there. And that way we can just get in touch with them, set them up for a consultation to see if we can actually help them. If we can help them, we'll do it for sure. If we cannot, if there is no fix in the case, because you also find those cases, we would just rather tell them, listen, I won't take your money. We can do anything for you. Because that's the other problem. When you're doing that, I think everyone works to provide for their families, to feed their families. But when you're going there, when you're going to do your work for more than that, that becomes a problem. Yeah. Because then grief takes over, and then it's complicated. It gets tricky. So I think we're very blessed to be, at least most of the people in the team, to work that way, to treat our clients with respect, with dignity, and that way when we get a good result, the clients feel like what they paid for is what they were expecting. So that's pretty
good.
Much what they
That's
get.
good. Y pues para toda la gente que está mirando o están escuchando ahorita con la boca abierta, como que ¿qué dijo? ¿Qué está dicho? What he say? What he say? Por favor, si nos puede decir en español, por favor, para la gente que no entiende en English, claro. Por favor. Se puede decir en español, por favor.
La oficina de nosotros es una oficina que más que nada se centra en los clientes. Afortunadamente, la mayoría de nuestro staff ha pasado y ha sido parte del proceso de ser un inmigrante, y esto incluye desde las cosas más críticas, como lo es el haber ingresado a los Estados Unidos sin documentos, ilegal como muchos le llaman, permanecer aquí con el miedo que implica el no tener documentación, el no saber si un día va a llegar inmigración o ICE a recogerte, si va a ser el último día que vas a ver a tu familia. Creo que muchos de nosotros somos bastante empáticos con ese sentimiento, sabemos lo que representa, a pesar de que muchos no lo hemos vivido en carne propia, sabemos lo que es porque estamos muy cerca de eso. Entonces, cuando una persona llega con un problema, es muy fácil para nuestro staff ser empáticos con eso y proveer más que nada, primero, escucharlos, porque creo que la mayoría de veces lo que la gente quiere es eso, que los escuchen.
Sí, que les escuchen, por favor.
Primero. Que entiendan qué es lo que está pasando, por qué están así, y después de eso tomar acción y ver de qué manera los podemos ayudar. Una vez que nosotros tenemos eso, es mucho más fácil saber si podemos ayudarles o no. Si podemos ayudarles, vamos a agendar por una consulta. Si no podemos ayudarles, simplemente les vamos a decir no podemos, no vamos a tomar tu dinero, y para nosotros creo que vale más no ganar $1 más que tratar de engañar a una persona con algo que simplemente no existe. Y creo que esa es la manera en la que nosotros operamos.
Hueso. Esto es lo que le faltaba. Estás escuchando Roberto Campos. Es lo que le faltaba, bro. Le faltaba un poco la crema,
un poquito
otra
de
vez.
sabor.
Un poquito de sabor.
Sí.
Sabor a la mexicana. Yes. Shout out to Sabor a la Mexicana. That's right there on Roosevelt. Have you been there before?
Never, man.
You can't miss it. It's right there in front of Pica Pica.
Tex-Mex? Mexican.
Mexican.
What do you like there?
So I like going in the mornings. The ladies already know me there because I always take my daughter there almost every Saturday.
Okay.
They have their chilaquiles estilo Monterrey.
Okay.
Tiene los huevitos del Dios Altísimo.
Uh-huh.
Tienen las tortillas de la abuela del Dios Altísimo. La salsita directamente de México.
Nice.
Y luego con un poquito de limonada.
Yeah.
Y luego los frijolitos.
That sounds good.
Las papas rancheras.
Lo mero bueno. Ya se me hizo la
Bro.
agua en la boca.
Están pesados, bro, ya. Están bien pesados.
Sí te creo.
Y ahorita yo estoy bien pesado por comer ahí todos los días. No, that place is good. I like it. I like it there. There's other little places there. It used to be it used to be right there out by the HEB on Pleasanton.
Okay.
It used to be it used to be on a strip mall.
Okay.
And all they used to sell was they used to sell something there that was just one. It was just one thing there. Tostadas.
Huh.
Estilo Monterrey. That's all they sold there.
Are those with like the one with the shredded chicken?
Yes, shredded
Okay.
chicken. Okay. That's all they sold there. And the burritos.
Uh-huh.
That's it. But then they went away for a little bit and now they got that big place.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, man.
Yeah. It was crazy. They're just, I'm talking like a small little spot. Small.
What-
Super small.
What a good product can do, right?
Because people would go there.
Yeah.
It would go. We went there many times.
Yeah. I mean, I think there is a bunch of places in San Antonio, restaurants that started really small.
Yeah.
And they're now like crazy big, like this place, El Bucanero.
El Bucanero, yeah, bro. That's...
I think they started in WWY Road,
Mm-hmm.
like a small little place, and now
They're
they have
big,
like
bro.
3-4 locations.
They're big.
They're good, man.
Yeah, they are good.
They are really good.
They are good. El Camino, they have the El Camino. They have what's that other place called? I don't know if you've been to it. ¿Cómo se llama? El Cevichero?
El Cevichero?
I think that's what it's called. Have you been there before? It's like a little.
I've been
It's
there.
like a blue.
Yes, it's really good,
Oh
man.
my god.
El Camino is really good, man. ¿Cómo se llama el otro de la birria?
Oh my god.
Remedio.
Oh, bro,
That's good.
they're
man.
really good too.
That's good.
Really, really good.
San Antonio food.
And I you know what? I didn't get into the birria tacos
Uh-huh.
until like last year.
Really?
I really, so, you know, people are probably hate me for it, right? But that was like the first time I've ever seen it. Like, I probably heard of it, but I never really like saw it in person to see what it was. And that was like, I needed to taste it because I would see it started blowing up out of nowhere again.
Yes.
Like out of nowhere.
And I think just the optics of like seeing a greasy taco with
Yeah.
cheese is just like not maybe the best presentation.
Yeah.
But I think once you try it, that's what makes it
Right,
different.
it's good.
It's really good, man.
It's really good. I like it.
Yeah.
And look, they give you the little cup and you put the...
Yes.
You dip it
yes.
in there.
Los sopeas.
Yes.
Chopeas. Como pancito dulce, mano.
Uy.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Ya me dio hambre.
What's your... Do you have a favorite dish? Like the maybe you... Like it's like you go to... Like if they didn't have anything else, this is what I'm going to eat.
Yo tengo muchos, mano.
Really?
Mira, yo creo que el principal, y este era el que me gusta más de mi mamá, enchiladas verdes. Pero ahora, yo creo que son los tacos.
Son los tacos.
I'll get tacos every day,
Really?
at any time. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
¿Pero de qué?
Lo que quieras.
Really?
Mi favorito es el pastor.
O el pastor.
O los tacos de carnitas.
De carnitas. The carnitas is good, yeah.
There is this place here in San Antonio called Carnitas on Raúl. It's a food truck. Salieron en un documental de Netflix.
Really?
They're good, man. Like,
Really?
But good, Gilbert.
Really good.
Like that you want to like go there the next day. They have something that is called the tostada michoacana or the torta michoacana, and it's like bread, refried beans, carnitas, guacamole, cheese, and some like spicy sauce with like nice carnitas.
Really?
Lo mejor que he probado aquí en San Antonio.
See, because I have a friend too. They go by Taquitos El Jefe.
Okay.
And
I've heard of them.
They're right there off of 16. They're right in front of Poti Flea Market.
Huh.
Bro, ellos también.
Good?
Ooh, boy. They're really good.
What is your favorite dish?
So, like you, I have many, right? But I think my top one, I would have to say, no, it's so weird how not so many people like it, but I love mole.
Oh, it's really good,
Bro,
man.
mole.
Really
That's
good.
like super, super good. I can have mole. I can have la enchiladas verdes.
Mm-hmm.
I can have that. Or the tacos. But my favorite tacos, the tripa.
Huh.
Tripa or asada.
Yeah, tripas are good, man.
Yeah, I know they aren't. I find out after I eat them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tan las tripas. Tan las tripas mías. Yo ando ahí buscando el papel del baño. Ando buscando el Febreze.
Have you tried the lengua tacos?
Yes.
They're good as well,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
So, have you tried the Taquitos West Avenue?
Yes.
If you ask me...
You talking about the cartel? No. I didn't say that. Hey, Ro. ¿Cómo? How did they... Have you been there lately now?
No.
They closed it off now.
What?
Yes. You can eat inside now. They closed it all off in there.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not like cheapy material que you bought at Lowe's or kid. Oh, no.
Some like good high-end
Oh,
quality.
yeah. Como like you're at a mercado. The doors slide open y todo.
What? Look at them, man. Good for them.
Are you sure? Hey, their tacos are...
They're good, man.
God.
If you ask me, I think that's the closest you are going to get to a Mexico City street taco.
Really?
Yes. For sure. They're pretty heavy, though.
Yeah, no, they are pretty heavy.
I wouldn't recommend to try them if you're planning on going right after that to like Beth.
Yeah.
They're really good, man.
Yeah, they are good. I like going there. I haven't been there in a while, but this past time that we went, when it was cold,
Yeah.
we walked in, we're like, what the heck? It's closed off. That's crazy. It's crazy how that place has blown up.
Yes. I think it's part of the pop culture as well. And social media.
Everybody posting about it.
Social media, man. It can make you or break you.
Yeah, it can make you or break you. Yeah.
You never know when you can go viral for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
It has a lot of power.
It does have a lot of power. It has good and it has bad.
Yeah.
And apparently it's doing good because you got the mercado doors, you know what I mean? I was walking in and I was like, man, is this not Michoacana or what's going on here?
This is not what I remember.
Not what I remember, man. But so in the mornings, is there like, because here in San Antonio, tacos are number one in the morning.
Yes.
I know there's other places that are like, what, tacos in the morning? No, I don't think so. Do you have like a specific taco that you get in the morning?
Yes.
What is that?
I could put number one, machacado con huevo. That's my number one.
Really?
Number two, I would put chorizo con huevo.
Chorizo con huevo?
Yes. And number three, guilty pleasure maybe.
Yeah, you heard him over there? Ooh, yes.
A bean and cheese taco.
Bean and cheese taco.
Yes, man.
With that little piece of lechuga that they... Or a little bit of
Se les
tomato
escapa
that
tantito, sí.
Gracias, señora. De nada, amigo. Those are your top three?
I think that's my top three.
Top
man.
three.
Top three.
My top three hasn't changed much. The only one that changed was my first one. It was never my favorite until I actually tried it. So my like go-to is chicharrón ranchero.
Ooh, I know what you're talking about, man.
Okay?
Yes.
Chicharrón ranchero. And if I'm feeling a little crazy, poquito de huevito.
Con huevo. Yeah.
Con huevo, un poquito con papa.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I never tried it like that. There's a guy who showed me that I was sitting there in this old mexicanito. I was there opening. He goes, no le echaste papita. I said, no. He goes, échale papita. Me dijo, whenever you see somebody go like that,
Pa' que amarre.
My suegro used to do that.
Pa que amarre.
If he would eat something and he's eating a taco and be, suegro, ¿cómo está? You knew it's good, baby. You knew it's good.
I believe the
This
the
right
Mexican
here.
punch. Yeah.
It's good. That means it's good.
Yeah.
So that'll be my first one. The second one is the chorizo and egg,
Yeah.
but with bean.
Huh.
A little bit of bean in there. A little bit. You don't want too much porque, pues, if you eat it in the morning y luego te vas para el trabajo, pues, vas a andar un poquito gassy. Y luego, pues, el tercero is bean and cheese with a little dice of bacon.
Okay.
A little bit.
Bean and cheese and bacon.
That's a match made from heaven.
Okay.
So you have your beans, match up well with your cheese. Y luego the bacon is right in between.
Huh.
Y luego, you know, tortilla.
Salsita.
Put it in
Salsa,
there.
man.
As soon as you bite into it.
The salsa is the key, man.
Southside is the place for the tacos.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone else says. Southside is the place for the tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's this place that has been around for many years
Mm-hmm.
that our grandfather used to take us to.
Mhm.
Right, my grandpa Salinas. And it's this old little grocery store, corner store.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What's that place called? It's just a gas station, right? And I remember we would stay with him and he would take us there. Or sometimes, this is how Mexican we were. We will go work with them during summer.
Mm-hmm.
Go work with them cutting grass or go pick up trash.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
that was, we would always stop there. I'm like, man, what are we doing here at this little corner store? Far in the back. Tacos.
Mm.
That place. Oh my God. Those
Good.
tacos are amazing. And you know, mira, this is how you know the tacos are going to be good. When you have a little chaparrita, gordita, and she's like that with a tortilla. Ay,
The floppy arm.
bro. And she's like that. Buenos dias, mijo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Game over, baby. You
Yep.
better buy at least
Yeah.
4 or 5 tacos.
Con el mandil.
Yeah, she's got that on.
Florecitas.
Then you have the other one, Lupita, the head. Her hairnet's all chueca. And, ¿qué pasó, amigo? ¿Qué vas a llevar? No, pues déjame decirte que let me have about 6 tacos entonces. Let me have about 6 tacos entonces.
It's
place is
good fuel, man. Good
Yeah.
fuel to like fuel you out for the rest of
Yeah.
your day, for sure.
Yeah, of course.
It's a beauty, man. Those breakfast tacos, that's something that didn't exist or I didn't know about in Mexico.
Really.
Yeah, it's something very from like South Texas, I believe.
Dang.
And I didn't know there was like a situation going on between the Austin tacos and the San Antonio tacos.
Oh, yeah.
I still think our tacos are better.
They always like to say there's a better. No, they're not. We've even had some big starts. So, I have a friend that I had on here. He goes by Bootleg Food Review, right? Shout out to Jason. And he's met some very famous people. Like, he'll meet wrestlers. He's met actors. ¿Cómo se llama la señora? Rosario or Rosaria Dawson?
Mm-hmm.
He did a whole thing with her. And they were somewhere downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked her, like, hey, what's like the best tacos? She goes, the tacos are here. The best tacos are here in San Antonio. She goes, there's no way. She goes, people say Austin. This is the place right here. She even knew about it.
I believe it, man.
She even knew about it. And she even said the same thing. She goes, I like to go to the rural south of San Antonio. South side.
Yeah.
For my tacos.
It's where
How does she even know that? See what I mean? How does she even know that?
it's
Bro.
where it's at. Tacos
Where it's at.
Toribio, ahí en la military, ¿no? También.
Oh, bro. My God.
Lo mero bueno, ¿no?
Yes. And every day you're on the south side, you know if the place is good if you see a Ford F-150 pickup truck with ladders, paint buckets, and about 16 guys that come out of that truck. You know that place is bomb. And they're all getting down to get a taco. That's how you know. But before we end, put your plug in. Let people know where they can find you, where they can reach you.
Sure, man. So my account is Beto Campos ESQ. ESQ goes for Squire. You can also follow me on TikTok. I'm pretty consistent on being active there. And my handle is Abogado Roberto, ABOGADO ROBERTO. I was in spelling bee. I was a champion, actually. And you can follow the firm account in RHC Law on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
really
of course,
appreciate
man.
it.
I appreciate it.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, of course, man. I wanted to bring you on, and I appreciate your kind words, and I appreciate what you're doing. I know this is going to turn into a good friendship, and it's going to, it's going to be a collab coming soon, pretty soon with you guys. So, before I end, guys, I just wanted to remind you, just remember that God loves you. God loves you. Dios te ama. Dios ama a todos ustedes. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing, just remember that God loves you. Dios te ama. And we will see you on the very next episode.
Estás escuchando DeLoco Podcast.
Local podcast.